Hello, hello, and welcome to an Advent map. There are many Advent maps, but this one is mine. This is Killchain, my Advent map for this year. The first Advent map for the Advent map project, since I didn't make one last year, for 1.21.1. This is actually slightly further developed than the release version, because I've just made a few tweaks to do some bug fixes and add this thing. So, this will be an update coming very soon to a repo near you. It's very different from the average CTM map. This is a high-score chasing, as you can see. High-score chasing, arcade-style, very, very fast-paced learning the route, playing the map. The map itself is very short. It only takes about 20 minutes for a full successful run. But if that is what you're aiming for, that's fine. But if you want to get it up on the high scores, you need to put a little bit more practice in. Try it again and again, improve, figure out where the secrets are, etc, etc. There's also a bunch of advancements in here, with even more things to do. And there's some settings, but we'll get into all of that stuff later. We have a couple of books to read. Killchain is a map about getting a high score by collecting pickups and maintaining a steady combo on mob kills. Your score can be increased in two ways, killing mobs and collecting item pickups. Each mob grants 10 points, mini score pickups are worth 25, and large score pickups 100, and they look like that. The bar at the top of the screen is your kill streak. Killing a mob refills the bar, and it goes down over time. Collecting chain pickups stops the bar from decreasing for a few seconds, and that's this one. When the key streak bar is empty, your score will decrease rapidly. It decreases at a rate of 1 per tick, so keep slaying mobs to keep it topped up. Collect the orange and green ball and bring them to the monument. You'll then get your final score. It's also on the side of your screen, and you'll get a rank based on how you did. And these are also right there. Then we have credits. Couple of beta testers. I shouted out the Axiom dev because Axiom was fantastically useful in the creation of this map. I didn't even use anything else. No 14er edit, no world edit, no voxel sniper. This is all Axiom, all the way, and it was great. And the CTMC, of course. And Canona, who were very kindly offered at one point a couple of weeks into this map's creation to make custom music for maps, and I'm like, I need some custom music for a map. Let's take them up on that offer, and I did, and we have some brilliant custom music, which is lovely, made especially for this map as well. Great, and we have a few hints. I think I shall look at them later. There is only one item in this map, and it is right here. It is the Pristine Blade. 25 attack damage, which means it one-hit kills most mobs, with some exceptions. 2 attack speed, which is a little bit faster than your average iron sword, and it's also got +1 attack reach, because the new mob reach in 1.21 is rough. So the attack reach helps counter that slightly. There are a few references in this map to various things, mostly through what some of the advancements are called. This is a big old reference to Slay the Princess, which is a visual novel-y styled game. And that game has very few items in it. And pretty much the only core item, in big quotes, there's no inventory in that game, but the only real item of importance is the Pristine Blade, which has this same description. The narrator reads it out loud. Begin! There's the custom music. I think I shall turn it down slightly. As brilliant as it is. Let's put it down there. Fantastic! And I'm going to go rather slow to begin with. There's our kill streak bar at the top of the screen. If I let it run out, you'll see the score on the right-hand side goes down. If I kill a mob, kill streak bar refills, and the score declining stops. Kill a mob, goes up by 10. Another 10. Another 10. 10 and 10, and then I can grab this, and it goes up by 25. As you can see, mobs are dying in one hit. Very fast-paced map. And to begin with, I think I'm just gonna not go for any of the secrets. I'm just gonna run through in the main path kind of way. That could have gone more optimally right there. Got a bunch of mobs here. Kill you. This map very extensively makes use of what do you call them? I've forgotten the name of them. The new armor stand replacement. The little invisible entity thingies. There are lots of them, and they are absolutely everywhere. Everywhere a pickup spawns is an entity. Anywhere that a mob spawns is an entity. Grab that. I said I wasn't going to go out my way for the secrets, and I forgot and grabbed a secret. Let's just hop back down here. Dodge you. Interaction entities, I think. Maybe. Which is how the map does all of its resetting as well. You don't have to reload the map every time whenever you start a run. There's a bunch of tags on all the entities. So there's 3 of them up there. There's some particles on them that play by default. And each of them has 3 tags. There's one telling it that it's a spawner. There's one telling it what kind of spawner it is. Regular zombie, regular skeleton, or the more armoured skeleton. And there's a couple of other mobs in the second area. And then there's a 3rd tag telling it whether or not the spawner is currently active, aka whether it should spawn something. If it's currently active, then it shows a bunch of particles on it. And if you get close, it spawns a mob, and the is active tag is removed. Similar thing happens with the item pickups. There's one tag saying it's a spawner that spawns an item pickup of this type. There's actually another thing. Another tag that says whether or not the player's gotten anywhere close to it within about, I think, 25 blocks. And it only actually spawns the pickup if you're within that range. To prevent the glowing pickups from spawning halfway across the map. And then you've got, have you gotten within 2 blocks of it? And if you've gotten within 2 blocks of it, I assume you've grabbed the item, which is not necessarily the case. You can kind of fool it by just skimming the very, very edge of its radius, grabbing the item, and it doesn't think that you've grabbed the item. Which doesn't actually do anything different, but the particles don't vanish. I can even manage to demonstrate it there. That's how slim the margin is. If you've grabbed something, the particles are basically guaranteed to go away, but they might not. The Iron Skeleton is the tough one. It takes, I think, 5 regular hits or 4 if you're critting. The linear section right here. That one there, it's probably worth going for, but I'm bad at parkour, so I tend to skip that one. Because a couple of times I've not made that jump and fallen off the tree, and it's cost me my entire run. So let's not go for that. Terrible job. Absolutely awful. Killing that guy took ages. All the mobs vanished from that corridor. They tend to kind of wander off. They spawn up above and they wander around. Which is very rude of them. I don't need to go for that health pickup. There's a couple of health pickups that are slightly off the beaten track. Not much at all, but slightly. Slightly enough to be annoying. And you don't want to go for them if you don't need them. Yep. Problem. That's our first objective. The chain extenders do chain. So if I grab 2 in a row like that, the timer stays paused for longer. I can grab a third one. And that just adds to the amount of time it stays paused. I'm not going to grab that one to my right. In fact, I'm not going to go that way, because I'm supposed to not be getting secrets. I can't help it! I've played this map so many times that it is instinct to go for the optimal route rather than the obvious route. But I will do that later. For now, I'm simply going at the obvious route. Some mobs there. Swing sideways to grab that. Almost done with Area 1 now. There's only 2 areas in the map. I think the desert is the longer of the 2. Depending on whether or not you count the thing that's going to happen at the end of the map. This ain't great. This ain't great at all. I managed to amass a few mobs. Fortunately, it also means I've got plenty of time to wait around and regain health. There we go. There's Area 1. Ooh. I basically managed to achieve something there I want to talk about later. To do with the music. I will come back to that. Area 2. At first I thought this entire map might just be desert. This was going to be another desert area, a more macery one. But no, I realised that might get a little bit boring. Change up the theming even more. Make it a jungle instead. It works just as well. As you can see, we have a few mobs here that take 2 hits. It doesn't matter whether or not you crit, they're always going to take 2 hits. Green-clad zombies. That's some right here anyway. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Done with the lower section of the jungle, heading up. Serpentine back and forth there. Let's dithering around. This bit is potentially tricky with the amount of mobs that are going to spawn on this bridge. Hey, I have an advancement. That one is for killing 25 mobs without letting the kill streak run out. Which is probably the advancement I assume most people are going to get first. Wow. Aside from the beating the map advancement, potentially. And some other ranks, potentially. The first interesting advancement, I should say. The first one that you're not just going to get by playing the map, necessarily. Now we have a jump boost section coming up. Kill streak dropped. Got him. Gotta jump pretty much right away when you grab that, because it doesn't last long. Little guys. Grab and jump. Grab that had a bit of a rough time, because my kill streak bar was empty, so there was nothing to pause. Flail around. Fail to hit the mob. And jump. And I kind of stopped sprinting for a second there, so that jump wasn't great, but I still made it. Back this way a little, would ya? Thanks. Don't want to run out of kill streak in midair there. Two and jump. I really need to grab that health pickup, but it's right there. Right. And for a not very well kept secret, seeing as it's in the advancements in a couple of places and it's one of the hints. But we have a boss fight to round out this map as well. And here it is now. Hello, friend. So there is a tiny bit of lore to the map. Nothing complicated. And it isn't in the map itself, but it's in the map's description on the repo and everything. So, the player is a mercenary, and this guy is a necromancer, and he's necromanced a bunch of mobs, and they've taken over the desert town down there. They are bandits and raiders and everything. Why? I don't know. He's a necromancer. Ask him. And you've been called in as the mercenary to deal with the problem. And here we are, dealing with the problem. Dealing with the problem efficiently, of course, gets you more renown and up the mercenary need leaderboard, which which is the justification for this being a high-scorey kind of a map. There you go. That is the entire lore. Yeah, buddy. This guy does tend to like running away from you. And I still have to worry about my kill streak. The getting points on mob kill is disabled in here, so you can't gain any points, but you can definitely lose points in here. So this boss can do a lot of different things via RNG, but again, we'll talk more about that later. Drat! This is going terribly. Would you just spawn some more ordinary mooks, please? Stop doing that one move. These are not mobs that I can kill rapidly. You dropped like 3 chain extenders earlier on, and now you're giving me nothing. That'll do. This is not going to be a particularly high-ranking attempt. Then it wasn't going to be, because I didn't go for any of the secrets. You're on literally no health. Perish. Green wall get. And we have a little bit of calming down time before we finish the map and possibly go for the next run. Monument is over here. Bada bing, bada boom. And I think that's an A rank. I think. Maybe. It might not be, actually. It might be a B. It's a B. Which is not terrible, considering I didn't get hardly any of the secrets, and I'm trying to commentate at the same time as playing the map. Well, there we are, then. Alright, what to talk about first? Inspirations for this map. Gizmo is in the chat talking about Ascension, which is very fitting, because that is one of my inspirations for this map, was Ascension and the other Gizmo map that I can't remember the name of, the similar one, Volcanic Panic, or whatever it is. The volcano-themed Gizmo map that's also very, very quick. There's both of those. I don't think this is obvious at all, but maybe if you squint very, very much, you can see that the layout of this area, the way it kind of curves around with separate islands connected by bridges and kind of goes up and around on itself with lots of little walled-in fortresses, is kind of reminiscent of Area 4 of Sun Guardian 2, which is very much the case. I made the majority of this map, all of the layout and everything, the map itself, was done within about a week. The week I had off in October, my birthday week, October 7th of that week, which happened to be just after me, Render, and KVT played the 4th area of Sun Guardian 2. And this has a very similar structure to that area. Then, of course, we have the theme. Desert buildings, parkouring off rooftops. It's a very Assassin's Creed Mirage kind of theme. So I would say those are the 3 main inspirations behind this. Second area, as I said, kinda supposed to be a desert mesa originally. hence the large height difference between the bottom ravines and the top bits, but then I figured having another desert area, maybe a little bit too similar to the first. Change things up a little bit, make it a jungle instead. I think it still looks very nice. So there's the theming bits. This whole first area was made first, and this whole second area was made second. And I did some bits with... Obviously there's no loot in this map, but the mobs and the positions of everything and doing all of that was made first before I even started on the second bit. Like, the map was complete up to here before I even did this bit. So this whole section was playable, and I could start running through it and playing it and making sure that it all worked nicely over here for further adaptation over here. Then the boss fight, again, very much a Sun Guardian 2 thing, with the amount of boss fights in that map having boss fight on the brain. It's very different from, I think, maybe any other boss fight in any other map due to the way the map works. It's a boss fight that still can kill you, but the difficulty of the boss is not so much in that the boss has really, really powerful attacks or anything like that. It's that you have to try and fight it while also maintaining the kill streak still. And it had to be designed around that as well. Let's have a look at how a few things work. There's a bunch of function stuff behind the scenes. There's like a dozen different scoreboards. You've got scoreboards for score, you've got scoreboards for how much kill streak you have left, you've got a scoreboard for the duration remaining on your chain pickup, which may or may not be 0. You've got a scoreboard for, well, there's a couple of them in here that you can get to via the settings. You've got a scoreboard tracking your max combo, which is how many mobs you've killed without losing your kill streak, which is what is used for the advancements to do with that. You've got nothing in case you want a nice clean display. And then you've got clock time, which is the amount of time you spent on the current run in ticks, which is used for a couple of more time-related speedrunning advancements. You can turn on and off the soundtrack here, which is kinda pointless, seeing as you could also just turn the note blocks, jukebox slider down to 0. But this would also disable a couple of different functions. There's a function that deals with the soundtrack, and if you push off, it disables that entirely. So it might help you with your lag a tiny bit, but probably not. And then we've got some difficulty options over here. Most of them are to make things easier, because I like having difficulty settings in maps. Sightless Sands, whatever the name of that one gem map was that I made, was the same, and had difficulty settings in it. I think when Nafu playtested, he also mentioned that having some settings to make the map easier might be useful for people, so I went ahead and I did that. So we got mob movement. I don't know if this actually makes things too much easier, but you can stop the mobs from moving around everywhere. Your regular Minecraft difficulty, which is just going to really change how much damage the mobs do to you. This is just the default difficulty option in the game, easy, medium, hard. Your HP regen rate. This map has no food in it. This map has no way to regain health. You've just got regen 1 at all times. If you want, you can turn that up to regen 2. And then you've got the amount of time you have to gain your next kill. For the kill streak's default is 5 seconds. You can turn that up, you can turn that down. There is an advancement to do with this, but it's really difficult. This is the hardest difficulty setting by far, is setting this to 2.5. It's pretty insane. You're not going to get a good score in the slightest by doing this, but there's an advancement related to it. If you do have any of these turned down to their easier difficulties, then I disable all of the advancements. There's a tag. There's several tags put on the player. If I push some of these buttons... Regen 2. Hard. And then I do... Tag. Me. List. You can see I now have boosted regen. I have can achieve, which is can I gain achievements or not. When I push the start button, that tag would be removed from me, because I have things like hard, slow mobs on. Mobs can move around. Do it again. I still have extended kill streak. I can put it down. I'll now have reduced kill streak. Boosted regen. I can take that off. It's very taggy. Loads of tags in the map, like I explained before, for the spawners are all tag-based as well. Let's put everything back to their defaults, shall we? There's also a tag for no kills, whether or not you've killed a mob, which used to be related to an advancement for not killing any mobs. Placing the orange wall without killing any mobs. Didn't really fit the theme of the map, though, and it was another brutally hard one that I couldn't do, so that got yeeted. This room, if you're wondering where it is just kind of out below the ground down here. The reset button. When you begin the map, it runs a reset function. That's what reapplies can spawn to all of your spawner pickups and all of your mob spawners. That means, by extension, as a side effect of that everything has to be loaded when that function runs. When I was making the map and making this first area, I had a big dev flat island over here where I put all of my buildings. You can see there are a few repeat buildings. This building is the same as this building. You got a couple of these shops in different places. There's a shop here, and there's a couple of shops over here. It's the same building with a different interior and swapped around a bit, but it's the same base template. This building, I think, is repeated in a couple of places. So yeah, all the buildings were just out over here to begin with, and if you stood at the far corner, where I had my command blocks, and you ran the function to reset the map, it didn't reach all the way over here. And things didn't respawn properly. Which is why your spawn point is right in the middle of the map, so you can see everything. And I don't have to do any funny teleporting the player around to reset the map every time. That's why this is in a very central location, as well as it just being a nice place to look at the map before you play. It also means that I need a measure to make sure that that is definitely the case. And if I turn my render distance down to a very small value and try and start the map, it goes, nope. But thou can't. Much of the function loads. You can see the clock time is going and everything, but I can't teleport the player and I can't start the map properly because not everything is loaded fully. The map is small enough to where if you're on the default render distance of 12, it works. That's what I say down here, just for safety. Actually, you can have it as low as 10, and it'll still just about work. They just look slightly nicer with 12. And the way I check that... Can I make stuff glowing? Can I do effect, give, glowing? No, it does not make the markers glowing. So that's what they're called, markers. I finally remember. Got a thing still making its particles over there, though. But yeah, markers everywhere. Markers for mob spawning. Markers for item pickup spawning. And there's a few other markers. There's a marker way back in the sky over here, and this is the one that determines whether or not the entire map is loaded and lets you begin the map or not, is this marker somewhere up here. There's a marker for the boss, right in the middle of the arena here, for when you're close enough to the boss to begin the fight, whether or not you're still in the arena when the boss dies, for triggering some advancements and cleanup and such, for spawning the objective when the boss dies, that kind of stuff. And also somewhere to teleport the boss back to for several of its attacks. And you've got a marker up here for the monument. You may have noticed when I finished the map the first time, I didn't place either of the objectives. That's not a thing that you do manually in this map. You come up here, you stand around here, and if you're close enough to this marker and you have the objectives in your inventory, it removes them from your inventory and it replaces these with the wall. And that all resets as well by itself. Because everything is in adventure mode and you can't place procs and things are weird, that's just the easiest way to do it. So there's a marker up there dealing with that. And then the fourth random other marker is over here. And this is the one that determines what music should play. There are two scoreboards for that. There's what track should play next, and there's the amount of ticks remaining in the current track. When the amount of ticks remaining in the current track hits 0, it looks at what track should play next, and it plays that track. So, if you're beginning the map, that gets set to 1. Time till next track actually begins at 100, not 0, so there's a slight delay before the music kicks up for the first time, as you jump down off the balloon. Then when you come over here, there's a marker that sets that track to 2 when you go nearby. So the music doesn't stop right away and transition weirdly. It waits for the current track to finish out, finishes that currently playing track 1, then it sets off track 2, and sets the time remaining in that track to the total length of that track rather than track 1. Track 3 is different because with track 3, the boss theme, I do want it to play immediately when the boss spawns, but then again, the track that should play next is set to track 3, and the time is set to the time of that loop. So then track 3 displays over and over until you kill the boss, and then there's no music left. That's all of that. There's a couple of other bits of the map that reset. There's a mechanic to do with only the hard mode version of the boss, which I think there's something down here somewhere to reset the boss floor. We'll see that in a bit. There's that triggers the hard mode version of the boss. We'll see that in a bit. And then the only other bit of the map that really has to reset at all is your objective box number 1 over here, which has the orange wall in it. And that just gets copied over with the reset function from this master chest right here. So this is where the actual orange wall objective is. Well, let me open the chest. Here's your orange wall. And that just gets copied straight up to here. Enough of that. Let's turn that off. More things. The map has a resource pack. There is not much in the resource pack. It doesn't change all that much. It changes a few items. These are all dyes. If I go and look in dye, you'll see we have a bunch of the regular looking dyes, and then we have white dye, light blue dye, green dye, pink, red, blue. So these are all just dye. You've got your retextured iron sword, obviously. You've got a few retextured items in here for your letters. ABC. Chess battle advanced. And Nether Star. And those are all up in the advancements over here. There's all of that. Aside from that, there's a slightly less obvious retexture, which is a bunch of these sandstone blocks are not real sandstone. This is stone. This is stone slab. If I look around for a bit more, there's some stone buttons somewhere, some stone stairs somewhere. There's some stone stairs over here, surely. Yeah. Stone stairs! What's this block? This ain't a regular block. Cyan glazed terracotta. Stone button. Yeah, stone is retextured, as is cyan glazed terracotta for this weird looking block that I ended up not really using in many places. You may not have even noticed it, but it's around. It's in a couple of spots. It's over here. If I go and look at one of the couple of identikit watchtowers, it's up here. And the reason why this is stone is because regular sandstone has the flat texture on top. And I wanted the rougher sandstone texture on top. Like that. Which means if I... How do I want to do this? Let me just quickly... Move this over here. Are you even going to let me do that? You're not going to let me do that, are ya? Fine. It's because I have the world open currently. Take that. Rip it out of world. There. Delete it. Re-enter the world. Ugh. Stone. Oh yes, the arrows as well. I forgot about the arrows. I maybe should have used the default arrow block. The magenta glazed... Is it magenta? Yeah, magenta glazed terracotta. Nah, I used blue. But, yeah, the map looks rough without the resource pack on. Ew. Let's put it back again. Don't worry, I'm going to play it again. Let's put that back there. And re-enter. Cool. Arrow block. For pointing you in the correct direction. Because this map is not the easiest thing to navigate, and I do intend for you to play it more than once and learn the map, but a few arrows don't go amiss when you're in a panic and you're trying to figure out which way to go. Did the high scoring system work? No, it didn't. Oh well. Needs more editing. Let's throw this back somewhere random. We got some hints in here as well. Custom advancements, I'm just pointing that out. Again, we'll have a look at them in more detail in a moment. Score degrades rapidly. Maintaining your kill streak is more important than doing pickups. Red candles indicate that a secret might be nearby. I think those were in the map from the beginning, and neither KVT nor Narfu noticed them, or if they did, they didn't say that they noticed them. So I pointed out in a note as well. There exists in the map a button which makes the boss battle more tough. Which, as I previously pointed out, is this button down here. That puts an extra tag on you and makes the boss fight harder when you get up there. We'll see more to do with that in a minute. Reminding you that there are difficulty settings in the settings room. Telling you that you should probably have a look around and find the secrets. Leaving mobs alone for a bit can help you maintain your kill streak, especially if you want to regain some health. Running around as fast as possible is not always the optimal strat for score. Sometimes to gain more score by running through areas that you've been through before, if you need to do that. Or if you want to regain some health and wait around for a bit. Killing mobs straight away is not always the optimal strat. The chain pickup stack, and when you're in the boss fight you no longer get points for killing mobs, so you can't rack up an infinite score. There's other ways you could do that, and yes, spawn more mobs, kill more mobs, spawn more mobs. There are no spawners in the map, there are only the one-time mob spawny things, so you can't rack up your infinite score. I think that's pretty much everything. Let me effect clear everything he says. Everything to do with this little section, at least. Let's talk about the boss fight some more. What determined release date? It kind of made sense to put it here in relation to everything else. So, yeah, it very much was based on what other Advent maps there were. A lot of other ones have fixed positions. I don't want to talk too much about it, because I don't want to spoil the maps coming up. But some of them are more difficult than this map, and thus kind of need to go later. There's one of them that has to go in a specific date spot for a lore reason. So that had to take that date. Nafu's map really made sense to go in slot number 1, because it's a very, very beginnery map, so that was always going to go there. There's 2 different Slime King maps, so those had to be spaced out a little bit. Stuff like that. And also the slight element of, I want this map to be as early as possible as I can get it, because I want people to play it. I want to see people play it as early as possible. So for all of those reasons, that's why we ended up with this release date. The boss. Let me do a quick reset here. Survival mode. Let this guy kind of do his thing in the background while I talk about him. So, this guy. Hello. Hello. I'm spawning all the mobs inside you. This guy has a lot of different abilities. And I kind of need to get the code up in the background for this, if I want to talk about this properly. Custom maps, Killchain, data packs, Killchain, data, Killchain, function. Quickly load up. Expert streamer. Right. I'm getting into technical details now, which may not be for everyone, but it may be for some people, and I want to talk about it anyway. Let me see here. What I want to do is capture this. Now see here. Woo. It's a little bit zoomed in, isn't it? Fantastic. Here is some code. Thrilling. So, boss fight. There are multiple functions related to the boss fight. It does a lot of stuff. At the beginning, we run boss fight. Boss fight start. Is it boss fight start? What even runs boss fight start? When you get close to the marker in the middle of the arena, it runs boss fight start. That immediately is active from the boss spawner. We're setting up music track 3 here, stopping any existing play sounds to stop music track 2. We're spawning the boss, which is going to be slightly different depending on whether or not you are on hard or not. It's just got a different name, really. Runs the generic spawny stuff. So, we also got this at the very beginning, which is also run in a few other different places. This just spawns a lot of zombies around the guy. Every 10 seconds, I think, this function gets run. Starty-uppy stuff, boss fight. We got particles, spawning, detect, kill. Yes. Possibilities. So it's an evoker. Instead of spawning Vexes, we immediately kill those by teleporting them out of the world so they don't show their death particles. And we spawn one of the regular zombies instead. Instead of evoker fangs, we've got potions of poison. That is that. Again, we're teleporting the fangs themselves out of the world. These are less dangerous than these, by far. Still a threat, though. Tracking the boss HP. Hey look, it's lava floor, which is only something that happens for the hard mode version of the boss. And then, whenever the boss clock is at 200 ticks, that is 10 seconds, we run boss powers. And if it's at 100 exactly, that is also 10 seconds. But alternating with the other set of powers, we run another function for hard mode effects. Effects are in here. I roll a dice. It lands on a number between 1 and 13. And something happens depending on that number. It either spawns some skeletons around the arena, and there's this generic create moot function, which is different from the create mass moot function, which ran at the beginning, that created 4 zombies around it. This one creates 1 zombie in a random direction around the boss. We have spawn wither skeleton, which is the tanky gold sword wither skeletons that spawn. This is different from the wither skeleton. There's a guaranteed one that spawns after the first 10 seconds in the middle of the arena. That's a different one to these wither skeletons. That one has more max health, and is intended to stop you just wailing on the boss in a corner. Get him into a corner straight away, wailing on him, no problem. So this is just a tanky guy that chases you around a bit to prevent that from happening at the beginning of the fight, before things have a chance to build up. We've got a couple of items. He can spawn a chain extender pickup. He can spawn a health pickup. He can restore some of his own HP. Not much, but a little. He can do mass mook, which, again, I've explained a couple of times now. That's attached to that, actually. Zombies around the arena. Teleport back to the middle of the arena and summon an armor zombie where he was. Teleport back to the middle of the arena. Kill all of the zombie skeletons and items, but not wither skeletons. Those stick around. And summon 12, 4 times 3 regular zombies. And then the first time this runs, as I said, we have the special masterwork. Very, very tanky wither skeleton. As an extra threat to deal with right near the beginning of the battle before things ramp up fully. If you're on hard mode, Then we have another roll between 1 and 10 that happens every 10 seconds, alternating between the other sets of 10 seconds. More zombies. More wither skeletons. More regen. More zombies. More skeletons. More wither skeletons. Same kind of thing. But there's also another different special one. Yeah, and another spawn health, which means if you're playing on hard mode, it actually drops health more often, or has the potential to. I'm not totally mean. And then we have lava floor, which gives you a little bit of a cooldown with particles and a few sound effects, and then swaps your floor of the mob arena for lava. We'll see that a bit later, hopefully. And a bunch of other less exciting stuff, like the music system. And a couple of play sounds for when you grab the score pickups, it plays a sound. Reset function does a lot of resetting. So there's all of that. I don't think I'll go about that on for much longer anyway. You can always look around the functions yourself if you're that interested. Can you derive code to specific difficulties? With the difficulty of the game itself, I'm not sure. The way this map does it is if you go down to... You've spawned a bunch of stuff in the meantime. You've spawned a bunch of stuff in the meantime. You built up a lot, and you have apparently never rolled the clear out all the mobs roll. Fascinating. I would have figured you would have spawned rolled a clear mobs at some point. Apparently not. The music itself is exciting. The system powering it isn't overly exciting. I'll turn it back on again. Not that it's going to start playing straight away because of how Mojang's sounds work, but... Or it will, because things line up quite nicely. Fine. So, it's this. If you push this hard button, I tag the player with something, and then I can do stuff depending on whether or not the player has that tag. Same thing with this that puts the boss in hard mode, and adds a tag to the player, doing that bit. So there's that. Boss is designed to, well, it's not easy. It's not an easy boss. But killing you is not the main objective of the boss's design, at least unless you put it on hard mode, and then it is. The main objective of the boss is to force you to pay attention to your kill streak and offer you... My water bottle is empty. Offer a way to do something slightly different with the kill streak mechanic. I'm really surprised you have not run your 1 in 13 chance to clear everything. Bizarre. Oh yes, also. Despite all of those functions, the map still does have a few command blocks. They're up here. Setting you to adventure mode if you're up here in survival, because the default game mode of the map is survival mode. That's just how the world is, so there's that. TPing anybody in adventure mode, which you just got set to if you're in survival, down to the ship. And then, if you're up here, it's either because you're beginning the map, or because you just died. Either way, I want to remove your currently running tag, so I know that you are no longer currently in the middle of a run. First engaged. I'm doing a lot of talking. Whew. Okay. One of the final few things to look at, get out of here, adventure achievements, is our list of advancements. In fact, stare at this screen for a minute. I want to refill my water bottle. Ooh, it is a windy day outside. Okay. Chess Battle Advanced. We have our row of advancements up here. I'm just going to quickly cheat. Hold on. Advancement grant me only Killchain rank S, because the final two along this chain aren't even going to appear unless I'm far enough along. We have our achievement for beating the map. We have our achievement for getting rank C, rank B, rank A, rank S. Boring, boring, boring. Gotta try and keep track of them somehow, but in terms of interesting advancement-ness, they are not particularly interesting. We have beat the map with a rank S on hard difficulty. Slightly more interesting. Beat my current high score, which is 5,089. A lot more interesting. Beat the boss with a non-zero score with the 2.5 second kill streak duration modifier. Possibly the hardest advancement in the entire list. That 2.5 second kill streak duration modifier is rough. Beat the boss in under 1 minute. Beat the boss's hard mode. Beat the map in under 10 minutes. Beat my best time, different from my best score. It's actually measured in the function file in ticks, so it's slightly more precise than that, but it's about 8 minutes and 33 seconds. Unbroken kill streak of 25, unbroken kill streak of 50, unbroken kill streak of 100. This is another tricky one. And collect 8 mega score pickups in one run. There are actually 9 of them in the map, so you can even miss one and still get that advancement. Probably not the trickiest, provided you have done enough exploring around. Right. Shall we play it again? And this time, I will go for all of the secrets and not just follow along the main path. Another thing that may be of slight note. If you begin the map and you do not, for some reason, have one of these pristine blades, maybe because you forgot to take one, maybe because you're a fool, and you've somehow lost them all to the random pots that are here, there, and everywhere around the map and can't get them back out again. Why Adventure Mode lets you put something in a pot but not take it back out of the pot, I don't know. But if you've run out of swords for whatever reason, somehow, I just give you one when you begin. If you don't have a sword and you start the map, I give you a sword. You can't run out of them. Also, I did not change the sideboard. It's still set to clock time. Nah. I do not want that set to clock time. Set that back to score, please, thank you. Let me just make sure all of these are on default again. I'm pretty sure they are. And turn this up a bit. Right. I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna grab all of the secrets along the way, hopefully. Wow, you did not see me. It's a relatively rare occurrence. Ding. I think the optimal thing to do is head up here and grab this first. Then hook a left here. Here's our first secret up this way. Number 1. Managed to lose kill streak there this time around either. Good job. Grab that. I want to leave some of these mobs down here alone because I want to come back through this section at some point. So to avoid suffering later, I shall leave mobs alone now. But right here... here's secret number 2. Gonna need to kite you back this way a little. Good enough. As I need to go back up here again for a second time. This time hook a left. Grab that. Over the wall. Secret number 3. And get back out this way. Run through here again. I do not need that health pickup up there. That was not optimal. I should have crit that guy an extra time. Serpentine back and forth on the stairs right here. Whoops. No big deal. Rare occurrence of not killing a mob in one hit, because I wasn't on full weapon cooldown. Going around the tree to pick up that one. 2, 3, 4. Again, I don't need the health pickup. Grab that. Down you go. Tend to miss this one. Give me that. By the way, the regular cooldown life on dropped items is 5 minutes. That does not work in this map. As you can see, like, some of those items back over there that I'm gonna have to loop around to later. It takes me more than 5 minutes to get back there. So, the life on these items that are spawning... they don't spawn until you get close to them, like I said earlier, so you're not spawning ones from all the way across the map. They only spawn when you get fairly close to them. But even so, the lifetime on these items has to be upped from the default 5 minutes. You've instead got 15 minutes. Shouldn't really lag all that much. There are a few functions going on in this map. It's not like there's all of cartographer or anything. I doubt anybody is going to lag. Again, I'm skipping the mini pickup on that tree because parkour bad. This section tends to be a little unpredictable, because the mobs have a lot of time to start wandering around down here, while you're doing the loop of the structure up above. So you can end up with mobs in slightly unpredictable places. Not fail that jump. Nice, easy 3-block jump. There's no real devilish parkour on this map. I didn't really want to end up fighting you guys down here. It's going to cost me time on my chain for going back over in this direction. Should still have plenty of time. Not grabbing that chain extender down there right away. I need to leave it for the return trip. There's a secret there. How many is that now? 4? 5? We're going down this way, killing you. Grab this from the alley. In here. And we have one up there. Drop back down and resume our run here. No, do not shoot. Gotta kill a mob before I go up here, so I'm not in trouble when I pick up that pickup. I'm not pausing on an empty kill streak. This might be the most out of the way secret in the map. So we go all the way up to that tower, and now I have to go all the way back down over here in order to reach that. Kill them quick before they can shoot. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fail and flail. Suboptimal there. I drop streak again. Heard you like mobs. This way, grab you. Grab you. You do not want to fall down there. That puts you back a long way. There's that pickup up there, which is, I think, the only pickup in the map that probably isn't worth it. Going out of your way to get that one means you're pretty much guaranteed to drop kill streak. And it ain't worth it. It's only 25 points per mini pickup. So, if grabbing it would put you out of your way for more than a second, it ain't worth it. Come on, sprint. If it wasn't for the entire map needs to be loaded in order to reset everything properly thing, I might have been tempted to make this area a bit larger. What I wanted to do at one point was have like a river in a valley, and you would go back and forth across the river. Didn't really end up being room for that. I got the thin little path along the edge of the area, though. Managed to slot that one in. Okay, good. Grab all of that. Fine. Just for you. I turn it up more! There are no more secrets to find. No more big ones, anyway. There's one more smallish out-of-the-way section. Wow, there's also this. There's one more really important smallish out-of-the-way section. Two. Here we are. Need these. I'm gonna do that time, so we get to experience the hard mode boss. There's no advantage score-wise in doing that at all. It's purely for the beat the boss on hard mode advancement. Come on, shoot. Actually. No, I guess I could have just force-loaded chunks. The only reason is keep lag down as much as possible. there really isn't enough function complexity where that should be much of an issue, if any. All these mid-air chain extenders were a pretty late addition to the map. They were not originally here, but I realised it was far too easy to drop kill streaks in mid-air, and that made particularly this little section not even worth it to go across to. So that has been corrected. There's also optional side paths for if you somehow mess up a jump. Like if I were to fail this jump here, like I collected the thing and didn't jump in time, there's your manual way around. It is almost certainly going to cost you a bunch of score, but you're not completely lumbered into resetting the run just because you miss a jump. I am not that mean. Or stairs over there, for example. If you miss this, you could loop back around to those stairs and get up that way. This is a very good run. I am way above my high score, even. Unfortunately, I'm not sure if I'm going to keep this very good run, so I foolishly decided to put the boss on hard mode. Well, let's see. So, as I mentioned earlier, going through all of the code, his abilities are basically double-timed. A whole bunch of extra mobs are going to build up. He does not have more health, but what he does have is Resistance 1. Which makes him a whole bunch tankier. And makes the healing that he does seem more effective. Because he's healing just as much health. But the damage you do to him is lessened. And he has the lava attack, which we are going to see right now! What convenient timing. Necromancer himself gets fire resist, so he is immune to that, as are the Wither Skeletons. Good at clearing out a bunch of the other random mooks, though. Maintain kill streak. The quantity of Wither Skeletons is becoming rather unnerving. This guy really becomes a battle of attrition on hard mode. This ain't good. Uh-oh. This ain't good either. 1, 2, 3, lava. And some skeletons spawned, which is nasty for my health bar. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's a lot of skeletons you've RNG'd in. Rough. would rather have had a mob fall clear, but I'll take a lava. Good, we've got a health pickup down there. Very convenient. Okay, that's a full mob clear. Nice, nice, nice. Hey, you might be able to get a hit in or two. Amazing. Oh, okay, that was not the best timing for that. Withered, poisoned. Give me a second or two, would you? Or just spawn a mob right on top of me, why don't you? My fault for standing right on top of the mob spawning spot, I suppose. Ah, health. Give me that chain extender as well. Not that it's even doing anything right now. We've already dropped back beneath my high score. And I'm dead. The hard mode! The boss hard mode! Why is it actually hard? Why did I make this? Why is this a thing? Ugh. The boss on normal mode? Fine. Nice. Happy smiley. The boss on hard mode. Really, really hard. Again! Another! Let's not put the boss on hard mode this time. Let's just do one nice, normal, ordinary run to finish. Did I drop streak there? I think I barely managed not to. How many times I've run this map at this point? A lot! Locked in! I'm so in the zone. Until I missed that little bit of a jump. And missed hitting that guy. Heck, let's just stay up here rather than going down again. This is really bad, though. That could have gone much better. Oh, hum. The guy missed a nice, easy shot. Where the heck did that skeleton go that's supposed to be over there? I wandered off. Kind of funny, just the sheer quantity of mobs spawning in noises. The mob spawning in noise and the spawner particle are both from the new trial spawners, by the way. Very fitting sound effects. I love them. Did I? Yes. Yes! I almost missed that pickup again. And additionally, almost died. This is barrier blocked, by the way. You can't enter these buildings if you wanted to. Because there's no point. And I didn't want mobs going in there and getting stuck up on something. That one. There you vanish around that corner. There are a couple of roguelike maps, but they are definitely not common. You got yourself very stuck. Very, very stuck. Hello, anybody home? Got loads of mobs in the corridor today. Left, bank right. Lose kill streak for ages, there are no mobs here. Death. Welp. Welp. That's just how it goes sometimes, I guess. A shame. Sad. I don't think we really have time for another full run, though. Not from the top. Oh well, I did do a regular run earlier. We've played through it once. It's fine. I'm just curious how far down I put this thing. For the attack where the floor turns to lava, I need to put the floor back again after, and that floor is down here. So yeah, it just clones it back from random place under the floor down there. And I think that's really all I have to say about this map. I am very proud of it. it may be the map that I have made that I am proudest of. Which I'm very pleased with, and it also didn't take that long to make. Terrain took about a week. Fiddling about with the data pack took a little bit longer, and I'm still fiddling about with it slightly, and trying to make this thing work. And bug fixing and whatever. But it's still perfectly playable how it is. I don't think anything's gonna severely change from here. As I don't want to change anything that would break what people's scores are. Any more funky references in the map? Not really. Neither of these are really references to anything. Neither is that. There are a couple here. This one is an acronym of BSM. This it's not really much of a reference, but there is a card from a mod for Slay the Spire, which has a card with this name, which is where I got the name Burnished from. Yeah, it's a kind of polished metal, burnished. And then we have these two, which are both references for things. Necromedic is from Tactical Breach Wizards, which I have played relatively recently. Necromedic is a character, well, a class and a character in that. Sunrise Parabellum is from Disco Elysium. I don't think there are any other references in the map. I would have liked to make a better banner up here. If I had the pixel art skills for that. This guy looks pretty derpy. But I don't think you're really going to look at him anyway. And then if you want to see all the command blocks and everything for this map, the dev room, such as it is actually directly exposed to the elements over here. Super secret dev chest. So if you want to dig into how all of those different spawners and everything work, they're right there. Is there a strange horticulture reference? No. Unfortunately not. Leaves. If you're interested in how this is all put together, I could also mention that briefly. So, as I said right in the beginning, there was a giant area over here where I made all the buildings. There's a bunch of templates in Axiom, so this little tower here is a template, strip of the wall is a template, all of the different buildings are templates. Some of them are then further manually modified. Bits added, removed, things put between them. So these are all constructures of buildings joined together. There's some stuff with Axiom gradients down here. The jungly bits themselves are more templates. There's like 6 different bush templates. A couple of these things, templates for these at various orientations. There's a small wall or two. A few different small tree templates. Not sure where too many of the small walls are. I know one of them ended up... I thought one of them ended up back here. Maybe not. Where are the small walls? I know they must be around here somewhere. Here's one or two. Small wall. And then a few different big tree templates. Axiom is brilliant. Axiom is great. I highly recommend Axiom. And then there's a few different big tree templates, but probably not enough of them. Because, it's the same tree! This! And this! You can tell from little sticky outy bits. This is the same tree template that ended up next to one another twice. Nobody is probably going to tell. There's another one of the same tree as well over there. I didn't make enough big tree templates, so you can tell, if you're really looking, that a bunch of them are duplicates of one another. But does anyone really care? Probably not. I am very happy with how the music turned out. It fits great. Thank you very, very much for doing that for me. It's lovely. It fits, well, the theme of the map and the tone of the map, I think. Quite playful, bouncy, fast-paced. And now I really, truly do think I am out of things to say. And good, because that is about all the time which I have as well. Thank you very much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed. I hope that you enjoy giving the map a go. I hope you will give the map a go, if you have not given the map a go already. I have spoiled it all, if you have watched it up until this point. But nevertheless, I think this map is still a really enjoyable one, even if you have seen somebody else play it, because of the nature of it. And, I hope you like it as much as I liked making it. Thank you very much for watching. Stay safe. And until next time, I shall see you soon.